All right, so today we're diving deep into conversational AI,
We are?
focusing specifically on ChatGPT, and you know how it stacks up against all the competition.
Yeah.
I mean, it's everywhere. It's really blown up in the last couple of years.
Oh, absolutely. It's really everywhere now.
And we've got a ton of great sources here that you've provided.
Yeah, really interesting stuff, actually.
And we're going to cover a lot of ground.
Yeah, we are.
From like the early days of this technology all the way to how it's being used right now in different industries.
Right. And I think what we really want to do is give our listeners like a really solid understanding of the main players in this space.
Exactly.
So they can,
Like a cheat sheet
yeah, cheat sheet.
to like making sense of it all.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, I guess let's just start with the big name that everyone's probably heard of already, ChatGPT.
Sure.
Right.
Makes sense.
So ChatGPT was created by OpenAI.
Yeah.
And OpenAI was founded back in 2015.
Yeah, 2015.
And I mean, some pretty big names were involved right from the start, like Elon Musk, Sam Altman.
Yeah, some real heavy hitters.
Right. And then in 2019, they switched to a for-profit model to, really push forward this research.
Yeah, they needed the funding
Of course.
to really, pursue those ambitious goals.
And of course, it's now led by CEO Sam Altman.
That's right.
And I remember back in November of 2022 when they first released ChatGPT as like a free research preview.
Oh, yeah, that was huge.
Right.
They got everyone talking.
And it just exploded.
Yeah, and I think that was a really smart move on their part because by making it free, they were able to gather just mountains of data on how people were using it.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So, since then, it's just been kind of on this like rocket ship trajectory.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And that's really been powered by these increasingly advanced GPT models.
Right.
So we're talking GPT-4, GPT-4s, and I think there are even rumors about GPT-5 coming out sometime soon.
I think that's pretty much confirmed.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, it's moving fast.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And, they have that freemium model, right? So, free tier,
Yep.
paid subscriptions for people who want more features. I mean, that's been really key to its success, I think.
I think so, too.
And at its core, ChatGPT really represents this idea of like conversational AI,
Yes.
right?
It's all about making it feel like you're actually having a back and forth with another person.
Right. And it can do so much more than just like, chat.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it can write code, it can write music, different kinds of creative text. It can answer questions. It can help you brainstorm business ideas, translate languages, summarize long documents.
Right. It's really remarkable what it can do.
And it's actually an improvement over their earlier model, InstructGPT, in terms of responding in a helpful way.
Yes. Much better at providing useful and informative responses.
So, let's talk a little bit about the engine under the hood.
Okay.
Right?
Let's get technical.
So the technology that powers this is called the Generative Pre-trained Transformer.
Right, or GPT for short.
Right, GPT. And this was a huge breakthrough in the field of like natural language processing.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So basically it's using deep learning to create text that sounds incredibly human-like.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing how well it can mimic human language.
It is, and a key part of this is the transformer network, which uses these things called attention mechanisms.
Right.
And these attention mechanisms, it's kind of like the model is highlighting the most important words in a sentence to really understand the context.
That's a good analogy.
And then for generating text, these models, they primarily use what's called the decoder component.
Correct.
So, as you can tell, these GPT models are incredibly sophisticated.
Oh, yeah, they're very complex systems.
Our sources, talk about things like parallel processing.
Right, which makes the training process much faster.
So much faster and self-attention.
Which allows the model to focus on different parts of the input.
Right, like different parts of what you're saying or asking.
Exactly.
And it all starts by breaking down text into tokens.
Right, so these are basically individual words or parts of words.
And then those tokens are turned into numerical representations.
Which are called embeddings.
Right, and that's how the AI can actually understand them.
It's all about converting language into a format that the AI can process.
Right, so the training process happens in two main stages. First, there's pre-training.
Right.
And this is where they feed the model just massive amounts of text.
We're talking hundreds of billions of words.
From books, articles, websites.
Yeah, all sorts of sources.
And this teaches the model like the general rules and patterns of language.
Right, it's like giving it a crash course in grammar and vocabulary.
And then comes fine-tuning.
Uh-huh.
And this is where it learns to actually have conversations.
Right, so they use specific examples and feedback to train it on how to respond in a conversational way.
And one important part of this is reinforcement learning from human feedback.
Right, or RLHF.
RLHF. And this is basically a process where humans evaluate different AI responses. And that helps to guide the model towards being more helpful and relevant.
Exactly. So humans are playing a key role in shaping how these AI models behave.
And the amount of data that these models learn from is just mind-boggling.
It's really incredible.
I mean, we're talking about data sets like hum and crawl.
Yeah, which is just massive.
And there's a lot of work that goes into preparing all that raw text.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So this pre-processing involves, breaking down the text, standardizing it, and filtering out any unwanted content.
Right. They need to make sure the data is clean and high quality.
And the AI, it doesn't just memorize all this information.
Right. It actually learns the connections between words and ideas.
And then during fine-tuning human AI trainers, they provide example conversations.
Yeah, so they're basically showing the model how to have a good conversation.
Right, and then with RLHF, they rank different potential AI responses. And this helps to create models that reward those desirable outputs.
The ones that are helpful, informative, and relevant.
And it's even possible to train custom GPT models on very specific data.
Yeah, so you can really tailor them to your specific needs.
So ChatGPT is incredibly versatile, and it's getting better all the time.
Yeah, it's evolving at a really rapid pace.
But as we know, it's not the only game in town.
Oh, no, definitely not.
Our sources paint a very competitive landscape.
Yeah, there are a lot of other players out there.
Absolutely.
All vying for dominance in this space.
So ChatGPT is a powerful tool.
It is.
It's evolving constantly, but it's within this really dynamic ecosystem of strong competitors,
All right.
each with their own unique approach. So, for example, we have Google Gemini. Now, Google Gemini, its strength is in being multimodal.
Right, so it can understand text, images, audio.
Whoa.
And it's also deeply integrated with all of Google's services.
Of course.
So it has really powerful real-time search capabilities.
And then there's Claude AI.
Yeah.
Now, Claude AI is designed with a focus on handling very long pieces of text.
Right, so it can process and understand really lengthy documents.
And it offers some really unique features.
Yeah, it has some capabilities that you won't find in other models.
And then we have Microsoft Copilot, which is deeply integrated within the entire Microsoft environment.
Right.
And that includes voice and vision functionalities.
So you can interact with it in a variety of ways.
Then there's Perplexity AI.
Yeah.
And Perplexity AI, it sets itself apart by providing direct answers to your questions.
And it even links those answers back to the sources where it found the information.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really focused on transparency and providing evidence for its claims.
And it also has real-time web search built in.
Yes, so it can access the latest information from the internet.
And then we have Jasper AI. And Jasper AI is really specialized for businesses that want to create marketing content.
Right.
That aligns with their brand voice.
Yeah, so it can help you generate marketing copy that sounds like it came from your company.
And finally, we have Meta AI's Llama. And Llama stands out as an open source option.
Right, so anyone can use it and modify it.
And it's known for its strong performance and its ability to handle different types of data.
Yeah, it's very versatile.
And long contexts.
It can process and understand really lengthy pieces of text.
So it's really fascinating to see how each of these players is developing its own unique strengths.
Oh yeah, it's a very dynamic and competitive landscape.
So for you, our listener, the key takeaway here is that ChatGPT, it is a major force in this space.
It is.
But it's just one part of a much larger and rapidly evolving picture.
Right.
So as you encounter these different AI tools, think about what makes them different from each other.
Yeah. Think about their different strengths and specializations.
Consider not just what they can do right now, but how their different approaches to this technology and the rapid pace of development in this field.
Right.
How all of that might shape the way you access and use information in the future.
It's a really exciting time to be following this space.
It is. So what specific task or challenge might one of these specialized AI assistants be best suited to help you with?
Yeah, think about that.
That's something to think about.
Yeah.
That's all the time we have for today. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
And we'll see you next time on The Deep Dive.
See you then.